We know that LGBTQ plus people enjoy a more nuanced understanding of romantic relationships, far greater than the general population. But when it comes to polyamory, we didn't know that the gap was this large. Listen to this. A new Pew survey shows that an overwhelming 75% of gay and bisexual people say it's completely appropriate for adults to have an open marriage, compared to only 29% of straight people. Question number 3. With a Bacardi shot, I'd swallow that. Polls show gays accept open relationships more than straights. And I totally believe that.
For sure.
What is that? Lady G up in South Carolina right now is going, they're whores. I can hear it right now.
But here's the thing, we've had to, right? Because we've had to figure out our relationships in LGBTQ plus. There's a lot of people who date people who are closeted. There's a lot of people who date people who aren't, who maybe are on the down low with their own family, or maybe they're married, so we've always had to figure out our own dynamic of what a relationship looks like, so we've been always open to what a new relationship might look like to us. I mean, I really do believe that we're the first ones to really make it a viable thing to have a throuple, or to have an open relationship, that's legit. It's not your whores and you want to just sleep with everybody. No, everybody that is involved is on the same page and they all agree on the different rules that they have.
I think we were like hippies, we were rebellious. We figured out kind of the taboo of the kind of the sexual relations that we had. And then we realized we don't have to hold the traditional values our parents did. And it took a long time for me to be open to the thought of sharing my partner. Now I'm open to it. Now I'm thinking about maybe having fun
both
together.
Of you do that?
Yeah, we'll have fun together. I'm still very uptight. I'm very, territorial.
You're selfish.
I'm selfish.
That's your toy. That's my baby. That's my bear. My bear.
Yeah. I'm extremely selfish, but I think what it is that we've had to come through realizing that not everyone can meet our needs. And so we also didn't have somewhere we can go and have a conversation with someone, a professional, and say, hey, my needs are being met with my partner. Help me work through this mentally, emotionally. And so what we did was we said, you know what, you're not meeting my needs. How can this person meet my needs? Let's have a conversation. Whereas our heterosexual counterparts, they've always had a shrink. They've always had a place to go, a church or wherever, to say, you know what, how maybe Wanda may need to expand her mindset so Joe can sustain this relationship without cheating, without it being a hurtful situation. And so we've had to adapt and survive. And to Faith's point, we've done that by having these hard conversations because we had no one to help us direct.
No, but we didn't have to. That's the part that I don't like about these scenarios, is that people think we can't be with one person the rest of our lives. We could. Mm-hmm. It's just nice to have an open dialogue and to be able to say, I want to give you this.
Well, and if that works for you and you're in that situation, we applaud you. Great. Yeah. You're happy.
My thing is the wording. They say acceptable and unacceptable. Who is out here saying that a certain type of relationship that is not your own is unacceptable?
Ron DeSantis,
right?
And everybody on Fox News,
No, and the words of Marsha B. Johnson, pay it no mind. Mind the business that pays you. It's none of yours.
Not doing that. I have had 1,000 examples. I'm not exaggerating much. I've had 1,000 examples of straight friends of mine from college on that have said, God, straight guys, I'm so damn jealous of gay guys because your life sexually is so much better than mine. And I always come back to, well, but that's because you place those limitations on you and you accept those limitations that are being placed on you by others in your community. Mm-hmm. This poll survey shows we don't do that to each other. So as a result, like your situation, it's completely okay.
Do you remember what you said to me once when we were talking about OnlyFans? And and you said, would you do OnlyFans? And I said, no. And you said, why? I said, my mother. And you're like, that's why this community.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We will never progress and move forward because we have our parents and our ancestors still with their hooks in us.
Yeah. Parents,
so
ancestors, spirituality.
In the area of your ways. I mean,
GOP, etc. Let me tell you one quick story. We were talking about the sexual satisfaction of this commitment of open relationship. One of you mentioned the specifics of the value, the technical value of this commitment. I was in Santorini. I will never forget this. Derek Barry from America's Got Talent and then performed on RuPaul's Drag Race in Las Vegas, came to the RuPaul cruise, and I'm coordinating the RuPaul cruise. And Derek Barry and I sat around a table one night, and we talked about, because he was famously 10 years ago in a throuple in Las Vegas. And to me, it was like, I was Judgy McJudgy. I know that's hard to believe, but Judgy McJudgy of going, oh my gosh, how can you be this? How can you commit to this? It's so bad for, and Derek Barry explains to me, wait, this is a perfect situation for me because I love him and I love him and I travel all over the world. When I leave, my two partners are there. And I would much rather them be happy with each other than the wonder of the grand tour that they would go on.
Yep.
So it structurally worked for Derek Barry. Well, who gets the chance to go Judgy McJudgy? No, that doesn't work. No. Derek Barry found a way to make that work. Yeah. That's what this survey says.
Yeah,
79% of us believe that.
And it didn't last forever for them, right? But for others, it does, and that's their way. And like you said, also, there's plenty of gay people who are monogamous and have no problem having the one partner forever, the same vagina forever.
That reminds me.
And ever.
Snap out of it.
Sorry.
That reminds me, at the end, on Jonathan and the new relationship, you haven't come in under the pool when it's going to end yet. So we got to do that.
Are you going to play bets? Yeah, we are, baby.
We moved in together.
Okay.
We got 3 rounds.
All right.